Hello, it's Teacher Carrie here, and I'm back with another ManyCam tutorial. Today I want to show you how I lay things out on my computer desktop while I'm teaching for VIPKid and using ManyCam as my resource for virtual backgrounds and effects to help support my students' learning. This video has not been sponsored by VIPKid or by ManyCam, and I'm using all royalty-free images today just to make sure I don't have any issues with copyright. But let's jump over to my screen where I can show you the tour of my computer desktop. It looks like a lot, but let me explain the pieces and why I use them. So up at the top here, this big black box is my actual VIPKid app. My class is starting in about 15 minutes here, so I'm going to be giving you this tour, talking you through some things, and then I'm going to go ahead and let you watch my lesson. You won't actually be able to see my VIPKid app or my student. I want to protect my students' privacy, and of course there's copyright issues surrounding showing the actual VIPKid slides. So you will be able to hear my student and see me teaching, but you won't be able to see the actual student or the class materials. And then off to the side here, we have just a Google browser. I use Google Chrome. I like to have a web browser up in case I need to quickly search for an image that I hadn't prepared for last night when I was prepping for my lessons. So I always prep my classes the night before. I like to make a new preset for each class that I teach in ManyCam, and then I load the effects that I think that I'll need in class into that preset, but often a topic comes up that I wasn't expecting and I need a quick Google search just to find an image to support my learner through that topic. So I just have that browser open in case I need to search for a GIF or a PNG, that's a portable network graphic, something that doesn't have a background, so that when I drop it as an effect in ManyCam, it'll look nice for the student. And then here is another part of my VIPKid app. This is my classrooms listing page. So when I'm ready to switch to the next student, I can just go over to the next classroom and it will bring it up in this separate window, that black box up at the top of my screen here. And then of course in the center, this is my ManyCam screen. So this is how I will be controlling my backgrounds, switching to different presets if I need to, and adding effects as I teach. So you do need to have your VIPKid app and your ManyCam app open at the same time. So arranging things on your screen can sometimes be a little bit tricky. I like to have my VIPKid app up at the top so that when I am looking at my student, it's closer to the camera. If I were to put my app on the bottom, like switch places with my ManyCam, it would look like I'm looking down as I'm interacting with the student. So be aware of where your physical external camera placement is while you're teaching. I always like to have my actual camera right above the square where my student is in VIPKid, so that when I'm looking at them, it looks like I'm looking directly at my camera. And then off to the lower corner here, this is just a Word document. I like to have a Word document open so that I can take notes as I'm teaching. I sometimes just quickly type a note, something I want to remember to put in the feedback for the parents. And I can also use this as a place to deposit any screen grabs that I take while I'm teaching. So if my student happens to be late, I'll take a screen grab when my VIPKid clock is showing 000, and then I'll take another screen grab when they come in, so I can document how late they were, or maybe if they don't show up at all. And then also it's nice to be able to document any kind of IT problems that the student is having, so that if I need evidence later to prove that it was a student IT problem versus a teacher IT problem with VIPKid, I'll have them ready there. And I honestly don't save those screen grabs longer than I need to. So I'll just keep them in this Word document kind of as a live space to save them, and as soon as I get paid for the class and everything is fine, then I'll just go ahead and delete those screen grabs later. Now I do use two monitors, so what I've showed you here is just my first monitor, but let's go ahead and extend the view and we'll see what is on my second monitor. For my second monitor, right above me here, this is just my Google Slide rewards. So while I'm teaching today, I am going to be showing my Google Slide rewards. This particular reward was created by Beth Pender. She's super awesome and amazing. I found this off of the Slidekick web app. And if you haven't used Google Slides yet but are wondering what they are and how to use them, head over to the official Google Slides Facebook group. I'll drop a link in the description. It will help you get started there. So all the credit for these Google Slides goes to Beth Pender and the creators of that Slidekick web app. So as I'm teaching, I mostly just look directly at my main monitor, and then I take a quick glance to the side to do my Google Slide rewards. I want to minimize the amount of time that I spend looking away from my student. So as I'm teaching today, you should be able to see me switching to different presets as I teach, adding and taking away effects from my ManyCam, and there might be some opportunities for me to type sentences on the screen to support my student. So I have about 10 minutes before class starts, so I'm just going to pause this video that I happen to be filming using ManyCam, and then I will restart it when I'm ready to start teaching my student. And I will probably begin my lesson on this pre-class or welcome slide, just so that my student knows how much time we have before class starts. And of course, as I'm teaching, I'm going to be looking at my student and interacting with him. His name is Angus, and this is, I can tell you how many times I've taught Angus. Only my third time with Angus. So I don't know him very well, so we might be doing some getting to know you type of activities. Since this is a unit assessment class, we have to move pretty quickly because I think there's 42 slides in the VIPKID lesson for this student, and we have a 25-minute lesson, so we've got to move pretty quickly through there. But I will see you back just before the start of class, and then we'll get started teaching Angus. So one more time again, you won't be able to see Angus or the VIPKID slides, but you'll be able to see how I use ManyCam in class, and I hope that little tour of my desktop gives you an idea of how I interact with everything on my screen as I'm teaching. So I'll see you soon.